We have been talking a lot lately about a possible Arkham Origins remaster, and you seem to be super excited about it. Welcome to Video Game Leaks, everybody. That's what we cover, all the latest, greatest video game leaks, and this game, super underrated. It was when it came out, although it did have a fair share of problems, I get that, and it kind of killed its chances of ever being remembered the way the other Arkham games are, but hear me out. I know, it was buggy and derivative, but the story was excellent and there were some extremely bright spots in the open world. Now, with Warner Brothers pretty much forgetting about this game after release, the Arkham franchise is carried on without it. But there have been recent rumblings that WB is looking to revive Arkham Origins as kind of a prelude to the upcoming Suicide Squad game. Now, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the next game in the Arkhamverse, and that's a world we haven't been to since Arkham Knight in 2015. It's been far too long. The world has waited a long time for one of the best superhero franchises of all time to be continued, and during the wait, well, a lot of people went back to Arkham Origins. They gave it another try. Many modern Arkham fans even consider Origins to be the best experience overall, and that's what makes it such a tragic case. Now, due to Origins scoring so much lower than its predecessors Asylum and City, and then it got smashed by Arkham Knight in terms of open world design, well, Warner Brothers never touched it again. Many of the technical problems were never patched because WB shifted the developers onto new projects. And then, when it came time to remaster the old Arkham games and update the series for a new generation, Origins was left out of the remastered collection, and I don't believe it's ever gotten any next-gen patches at all. Warner Brothers really did just leave this one on the shelf, but the fans have revived it. That's right, you guys have, to the point that a bunch of new players may get the chance to experience it for the first time. So there is a rumor floating around, or there was about a month ago, that there was actually a remastered version of Arkham Origins in development. One that would fix all the problems, the technical problems, bring those visuals up to par with Return to Arkham the Collection, and even include some new features like a photo mode and even some new costumes. Now, the rumors also stated the multiplayer mode from the original release would be cut, but I don't think anybody cared. That's okay, nobody's gonna be upset. I mean, nobody played it. I'm not saying a Batman multiplayer game isn't a good idea, but the Arkham Origins multiplayer, forgettable. And I think it's a fair sacrifice to make in the name of a proper remaster for a single-player game. Now, the remaster is believed to also be fixing up all the technical problems that the game had at launch, many of which remain there to this day. So this would be a really good way for modern audiences to get into Arkham Origins without the frustration that many fans felt back in 2013. Now, when could we actually see this fabled game? Well, release date. We are expecting the game to launch in November, December of this year. I mean, as Arkham Origins is set on Christmas Eve, this makes sense. Release it closer to the holiday season as opposed to the middle of the hot summer. That being said, I also think Origins will be closer to the holiday season because then WB can use it as a vessel to advertise the Suicide Squad game, which is set to launch next year. I mentioned earlier that WB was going to use Arkham Origins as a direct tie-in to hype up Suicide Squad, but there's a specific reason for that. The game takes place in the same universe, and despite Arkham Origins taking place decades earlier, Origins actually sets up the Suicide Squad of the Arkhamverse. It does. There's a few scenes in Origins that reference the Suicide Squad and kind of give hints as to how they were formed in this universe and how they came to be. Now, it's not a lot, but it is canon. It's canon in this timeline, and it may be important backstory going into the Suicide Squad game. I truly believe that Warner Brothers is using the newfound popularity that Arkham Origins has on the internet right now, and they're going to use this remaster as a way to get people jazzed up for the next entry. By remastering Arkham Origins and cutting the new trailer that shows off the universe a little more and alludes to the Suicide Squad stuff, WB could hype up the entire Arkhamverse. I mean, as a whole. Get people more hype for the future. Sell more titles. Sell more games, right? Seems like a winning strategy to me. So now that brings us to the news we have for this video. A while back, it was leaked that some kind of Arkham collection was going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch this August. It was big news because the Nintendo consoles, they had barely any access to the Arkham series, and the Switch still doesn't have a single Arkham port available. Now, bringing any Arkham games to the Switch, that's a big deal. But then people started looking into which games were included. It was believed that Asylum, City, and Knight are included with the leaked Switch collection, but there have been some reports claiming Origins will be in there as well. The game originally leaked on a French retailer's website, the same one that accidentally leaked the Switch port of The Witcher 3 a few years ago, so Nintendo probably has their crosshairs on them by this point, so we know that makes it a legit source. However, what I think is interesting is the games included. We know that Rocksteady's trilogy will be there. That's pretty much confirmed. But I'm not seeing anything anywhere that definitively says Origins will or will not be included. I know there's already been a game called the Arkham Collection, and it only included the Rocksteady trilogy. I'm fully aware of that. So naturally, when the Arkham Collection is coming to the Switch, I understand why people are not convinced Origins will be included. But when you look at the screenshots of the leaked retail page, it didn't list the included games. And when you consider all the leaks and rumors regarding an Arkham Origins remaster coming out, seems kind of suspicious to me. It does. The leak store page claims the Arkham Collection is coming to Switch on August 31st of this year, so what if this is also when the Origins remaster will drop? Perhaps the collection is getting a port to the Switch on the same day the Origins remaster is dropping on other platforms, or maybe it will be added to the Arkham Collection as DLC and they'll announce it on the 31st. I think the timing is too suspicious, I do. For this store page to leak shortly before news of an Origins remaster, come on. Store page leak happened back in February, but that was very shortly before we started hearing the first rumors of an Origins remaster. I'm sniffing it out here. Now, nothing has been confirmed, obviously, but I think the way the winds are blowing, we might get an announcement soon from WB. It's 99% confirmed that the Arkham Collection is coming to the Switch in August, but the future of Origins, it remains unclear. I think it's very possible when the Arkham Collection drops on Switch, WB also releases a teaser or announcement of the Origins remaster, and then they either release it as a standalone game or as DLC for the Arkham Collection in October or November. That's my official video game leaks prediction. You guys can come back in a few months and we'll see if we were right or wrong. I hope you guys have a great day and let me know if you're excited for this. I am. I'm putting a lot in this. I think they're going to make it happen. I think it's smart to make it happen, especially with the Suicide Squad game. It's pretty hyped up. It's going to be a big deal. This is a good way to segue into that. But in the end, I think we have a puncher's chance. I truly, I feel that way. I do. It makes sense to me. And I guess worst case scenario, if you're a Nintendo Switch fan and you get the Arkham Collection, at least you'll be happy with that. But it's not fair that Origins doesn't get the love. If all the things were fixed and it was brought into modern times, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people would be like, holy cow, where was this game at? And the fact that it referenced and had Suicide Squad Easter eggs so long ago, it's just the perfect recipe. Warner Brothers has to see that. Do me a favor, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have those notifications on. Ring that little bell, all 42 different ways that you have to get every notification from Video Game Leaks on YouTube. Thank you for all the support. As always, like I said, we are on our way to 50,000 subs, and it's because of you guys, and I know I speak for the team when I say thank you. It's going to be a fun ride on this channel. We'll see you soon.